decided to come on my live real quick. This is not going to be really long. I talked about forgiveness last night, but I spoke about forgiveness from a different place. When two people have a falling out, there is no guarantee that you will get another chance to make it back right. Some hours can pass. No, let me go back. Seconds, minutes, hours. As Andre Crouch said, count the days as months. Any day now? Right. That never seemed to happen. I never really anticipated that my sister would be in this place of not accepting, of not wanting to make up. People sometimes want to stay mad at folks. They do. This is going to be real light because I talked about this last night. This might be part two. Sometimes people really want to stay mad at folks for long periods of time and just constantly go back and forth when it takes a lot of energy. Now, that did not happen between me and my sister for real. That honestly did not happen between me and my sister when we fell out. Unfortunately, she became gravely ill. And the thing that I know is when people become ill, and for whatever the reason, the other person that's sitting on the side of the bed is looking at the person that's ill. I heard Miss Cruiser say something, and the reason why, Miss Cruiser said something that I'm gonna say this because it's true. When I said that I was trying to make amends with my former pastor, she said he don't owe you that. That's what she said. It wasn't ever about he owed me anything, to be honest. Just like my sister doesn't owe me anything. Forgiveness is not for the person, it's for you. And Miss Cruiser, if you're listening or if you hear this or if somebody comes back and tell you what I said or whatever, the reason why I kind of sort of fell away from you is because you really didn't get it. And when I say that, I really mean that. It I didn't really want to fall out with my former pastor for real. That's the God's honest truth. But I, and I'm not, if I want to make up with you, I want to make up with you. That's the best way I can say it. I don't like when people want to fight with me when I don't want to fight with them. Because if I don't want to fight with you and I tell you that, then that's coming from a sincere place, Miss Cruiser. A real, sincere place. Listen to what I'm saying. Because when I was saying this back in June, July, people were saying stuff about me that wasn't true because they don't really know me. I mean, I could put posts, pictures, listen, my whole life on my wall if I wanted to. And the reason why I'm bringing it up and, hey, Tracy, hey, yeah, Tracy, I agree with that. I think that sometimes when people fall out, what makes it, and one of the reasons why I've really stepped really back from the beef sector, I'm going to tell you all why, is because when I told you all the God's honest truth, you all really thought I was lying. And I don't have to spin lies about my life at all. See, some people really do have to spin lies about their life, but I don't. I mean, ZX was telling y'all stuff. I could listen. I have my court paperwork for real, for real. And if I wanted to right now, I could actually let y'all see 138 West Logan Street if I wanted to. And the reason why I could let y'all see that is because I filed a lawsuit against them for an illegal eviction. So then, right, the reason why I'm not going to drop it is because why am I trying to prove who I am to a bunch of people that don't like the truth? I mean, you had Jay Wilson on his panel swearing out. See, he's so salacious that I had to actually unsubscribe from him and stop listening to him because he likes lies. He doesn't like the truth. And a part of being a good journalist gets the story, not the story they would like to hear, but the truth. That is the difference between people who want the story and people who want to be salacious. Jay Wilson wants to be salacious. He doesn't want the truth. He's not a Barbara Walters kind of guy. And I only used her because she was a good journalist. Right. He's not a Barbara Walters kind of guy. Get to the truth. That's not. If somebody actually hits your link and they're going to tell you the truth, the exclusive, and then you're going to twist their story all up like a pretzel, you don't want the truth. When truthfully speaking, it probably just would have been better for me to talk to my former pastor than to try yeah. I can always look back and say that was wrong because it didn't, yeah, that you working out of anger, moving out of anger comes with consequences and prices. It does. I lost, or I'm going to say it like this. When Jay Wilson showed me who he was, the best thing that came out of me telling my story was that I got to see how Jay Wilson really was. Everybody else had already said that he was Jay Weasel or whatever. I got to see for myself how he really was. Because he really tried to act like he didn't know some things was going on. But he made a lot of money. My birthday was Tuesday. Jay Wilson, did you cash app me? Oh, that's what I thought. You ain't send me no cash apps. Always running around here telling people stuff. Right. And it's a reason why I'm saying it the way I'm saying it. Excuse me, y'all. Excuse me. Hold on. It's the reason why I'm saying it the way that I'm saying it. You know, while you always say there are no friends on YouTube, there are plenty of content creators that even if they're not friends with their supporters, they develop a bond. Let me give you an example so you can understand. Countess of Shopping. She only came to tell her weight loss story, but she developed a group of people that wanted to do the same exact thing that she wanted to do. Jay Wilson is called similarities. See, pay attention. If you've ever been in the rooms, then you would understand. It's the similarities that keep us together. It's the differences that drive us apart. You always want to have meet and greets. Well, if the people who you meet and greet with don't mean nothing to you, then why do you want support from them? See, pay attention. Pay attention to the people who I follow. Countess of Shopping came to tell her weight loss story. And she did what? After she told her story, she began to share her journey. Her journey turned into brand deals and endorsements. Pay attention. You're always saying that coins keep you here, but when given the chance to do what? Expand your brand, you wasn't like Countess. Ain't nobody gave you 3, 4 deals. Right. The one idea that I sent you, you might have shredded it, threw it in the trash. I don't know what you did with it, sir, but you did not use it. I ain't touched, moved, or bothered. What I'm just trying to tell you is I listen to people who know how to expand their brand so that if next year when YouTube says you have to have 8,000 hours, some of the content creators I listen to have already expanded their brand. Smoking and Grilling with AB, Kimmy Creations, Raising the Cades, the Henrys. All of these people have brand deals, sir. They only came to tell their story. Pay attention, Jay Wilson. You could learn something. I didn't play over there at Strayer. I keep trying to tell you that. I didn't play at Strayer. I didn't finish at Strayer, but I didn't play around either. I actually read my textbooks. Can you believe that? I actually picked up my textbooks and I read them. Right. And so just because I don't, see, pay attention to what I'm about to say. Just because I don't have a degree in business administration, it does not mean that I don't know how to. I actually sent you an idea for a t-shirt. You're not the only one though, but that's not the point. You actually like to down people that don't have degrees in front of their name when the truth of the matter is, sir, you might have went to Kinko's and got some real nice paper and made yours. See, I ain't listen. I take failures. Like you take, like, if I was playing basketball and I couldn't make a layup, if I couldn't make it, I just couldn't make it. But I would never go to no Kinko's and make up no fake degree. See, what kind of sort of always gives you away is you have to write a thesis. Uh, you have to write a dissertation. See, pay attention to what I'm telling you, Jay Wilson. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. You don't get to be no doctor of theology or anything like that. I told you that some of my godparents got multiple degrees in religion. You don't get to do that without writing extensively about God. You don't. One of my godfathers has multiple degrees. You do not get to the end of theology, become a doctor in that, and you don't. You don't. And that is why that when I am talking to you, I have already picked up on it and other people have not. And I'm not even saying that to be smart right now. I have 2 godfathers. One of them is deceased. The other one is still living. You don't get to go to school for doctor of theology and learn about God, and you have to write a lot of papers. Both of my godfathers told me that. You learn extensively about God on another level. Not picking up the Bible. Books, 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 books. Class is class you do. And that is why when I am talking to you and you be saying stuff sometimes, I have listened to your lives and I just didn't say anything. And the reason why I didn't say anything is because I know better. Before I even met you, I know that anybody that's a doctor of theology or a bishop or an apostle or prophet, they go to school for years to learn about God. So when you say a chaplain online dragging people, my God, today, a chaplain, he supposed to be able to get a prayer through. A chaplain supposed to talk to God, online dragging people. What in the tomfoolery is going on here? Right. A chaplain. Online dragging folks. Right. See, I ain't never told nobody that I was anything religious. I said I believe in God. But at the same way that I believe in God, when people come at me sideways and twisted, they get dragged. I don't care who they are. But I wasn't just purposely. See, here's the whole thing. Pride goes, the Bible says that pride goes before destruction and a haughty spirit goes before a fall. The reason why you and I fell out is because you wanted a salacious story. You just kept running with a story that wasn't true. The truth wasn't good enough for you. I mean, I could turn on my camera and show you my Bible covers, because somewhere along the line, you either think that the Bible covers are right. I have them. No, I'm not going to turn on the cameras because I've already showed you those Bible covers. So somewhere along the line, you either think those Bible covers are, it doesn't really matter what you think at all, for real, because it just don't. I mean, you always said there are no friends on YouTube, and you really proved it when you was trying to make it look like I was lying. And that was kind of funny that you was doing that. I have to say that. You actually knew years before I said anything. But yet when I said something, you tried to make me out. You tried to make me out to be a liar. It's all good in the neighborhood though, Jay Wilson, because everybody knows that you just need a story. A story and a storyline. Everybody knows that. That's not a secret. Facts. You know, a story and a storyline. Then you tried to say that you had a member of your family that was going into the military. Let me school you so the next time you tell this lie, let me help you out, right? Because I got quite a few family members that really did serve in the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force. Now, I don't have no family members that was Coast Guard or National Guard. I have one of my sons went to school with somebody, but let me explain to you, Jay Wilson, so the next time you tell a lie, you can get your lie straight. Let me help you out with your lie. See, pay attention. When you go into the recruiting office, when you go down there to take your test, right? Pay attention, Jay Wilson. You get ready to learn something. When you go down there to take your test, your score depends on what branch you'll go into. In order for you to be at the top notch, oh, you want me to tell you? Okay. In order for you to be able to pick what branch you go into, you have to score higher than a 90. Oh, right. You do. Any old body just does not go in the Air Force. You have to score higher than a 90 to be considered. If your score is lower, then you go into the other branches, which is no downer. Marines, Army, right? Navy. It's no downer. It's a separate test for the Coast Guard. They're not a part of that four quadrant. They're not. And what happens is when you do get accepted after you've taken your tests, they keep up with you. Your recruiter keeps up with you. Because when it's time for you to leave, you are going to leave. So I don't know why you was running around here telling people that you was housing somebody that was about to go into the service, because that's not how Uncle Sam works. That's not how they work. They know where you at. They give you instructions on training. And when it's time for you to be shipped off to training, they come and they take you. They come and they get you. You're a recruiter. Comes and take you to the airport. Your family does not go with you to the airport. Your recruiter does. So see, when you was telling that story, I was listening to you. I've had multiple family members to go into the Air Force, the Navy, the Army. You're not telling the truth. I am telling you what happens when you go into the Army, Air Force. The recruiter comes to the house. Not your family goes to the airport. No, your family does not. Now, I've had multiple family members. No, your family does not. Your recruiter takes you. Your family stays at the house. That's what happens. Your family does not get to see what air. That's not what happens. So when you were saying that, I didn't say anything. But what you said, I know for a fact that's not true at all. Your family doesn't get to go to the airport with you. No, they don't. The recruiter comes to your home, takes you and your bags, and drives away. No, when it's time for graduation, your family can come to the graduation, but to actually see you off at the airport, absolutely not. Seriously, absolutely not. So when you were saying that your family member was staying with you before they go into service, okay, if that's the story you want to tell, so then that mean a recruiter came to your house to pick, yeah, because that's how that works. They don't, people that are going in the service, they don't go from place to place. They don't go from place to place. No, they don't. But I just let you tell that story because I know better. I got a cousin right now. Two of my cousins have retired out of the United States Air Force. Two of my cousins have retired out of the Air Force. One of my cousins have retired out of the Navy. Mm-hmm. Right. Other family members have served in the Army and Marines. So I don't know when you were saying that, I just let you say that. That is not how that occurs. You get to have a goodbye party, whatever. And right while you at the party or whatever, they will come and toodaloo and drive on down the street. You ain't going to no Philadelphia International Airport. You ain't doing none of that. Seriously, I'm not being smart. Now, when it's time for that person to graduate from basic training, then your family can come to wherever the graduation is, but not initially. You don't get to see them off on no plane or no type of plane that they get on, for real. So when you were saying your family member was staying with you before they go on the service, absolutely not. Or as Bishop Bullwinkle said, hell no to the no, no, no. Right. Yeah. See, sometimes when people say stuff, I mean, the reason why I didn't say anything because I wanted to see how far he was going to stretch that lie with that service thing. See, they don't once they pass the test, their recruiter keeps up with him or her to make sure that they get in the service. They don't just they pass the test and then they just let them go buck wild. No, absolutely, that's not what happens. I told you I've had multiple family members. They actually keep up with them until they actually get on a plane and go to basic training. So I don't know what you was talking about your family member came to stay with you. Absolutely not. And I know that there's with uh training down there in Texas. Excuse me. There is I forget what part of Texas it is, but there's a training down there in Texas. I know that. But I mean, they will you stretch stories like a rubber band. You like that song the Spinners made, the Rubber Band Man. That should be your new nickname, cause you stretch stories, baby. You stretch for real. I mean, you stretch for real. Only difference is, you stretch stories. I ain't mad at you because you stretch stories. I just didn't like the fact how when it was your turn to talk about me or run the story or whatever, you just was dishonest. See, here's the whole thing. When I'm angry at somebody, I am never going to lie on them ever in this lifetime because character means everything. I can be mad at you. I can't lie on you. Your parents must ain't tell you that when you was growing up. Couldn't have, because you be getting right online and somebody hit your panel like that lady did that day, and you should have said, well, how do we know this is true? But you ain't say that, Jay Wilson. Mm-hmm. Salacious and salaciousness. Right. Mm-hmm. Salacious. And remember, I always used to defend you, even when people said that you was the lowest of the low, looking for a story. Let me explain to you what a content creator is, because you're a little confused about what content is. But I'm going to help you out. Content creator is what Open Book is. She actually does content on different topics. Nolan Wells, Carmelo. I've been following her for a while. She's a content creator. Let me see. Smoking News. He's a content creator. Queen Amadea. She's a content creator. Tisa Tells. See, these are people who go look for the information and then they bring it back. Jay Wilson, you don't look for the information. You listen to other people's lives or other people hit your link. But it's beef sector, so it's not real. I mean, when you do have real topics and conversations, I have been over there for that. But you don't really thrive in that. I mean, you don't. And I ain't clowning on you that you don't. I am telling you that YouTube is getting ready to double down, and the process of elimination, they ain't telling nobody that you can't have your channel no more. They're saying that in order for you to be monetized, this is what you're going to have to do. So, well, with that being said, about you being monetized, it's going to change a lot. And while if you switch your content, you'll be able to go to platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, Kick, Twitch. They're going to bring back MySpace. Some people use Facebook. They have multiple apps. But some of those apps are not beef sector friendly with the beefing. Because most Instagram stuff is people cooking, their social life. I mean, Instagram is on a whole nother level. And so I don't know about TikTok. I don't do too much TikTok, but I know Instagram is a whole lot of people cooking, people doing hair, different things. I haven't seen beefing on Instagram, so I don't know if it's on there. But a lot is going to change next year, 2027. And when I say that, I mean that YouTube has already sent out the notifications that their policies are changing as of February 1st. You will need 8,000 watch hours to become monetized. And probably if you're already monetized, you'll need to have that much to stay that way. I will probably pivot. I'm looking to pivot to another platform because I'm not going to work harder. I'm going to work smarter. So, yeah, that's how it's going. So, I mean, I've given a lot of support to the beef sector. And truthfully speaking, I have not gotten the support back that I put out. I'm not really worried about it in the sense of the word. It would have been nice. The first time I went live, I had 440 people in my chat. That is because they thought I was beefing. See, now that I'm not beefing, I don't even sometimes get 30, 40 people. It's cool with me though. It's cool. I ain't overly excited or worked up. It's cool. And that is because when I pivot over to another platform, I'm probably going to be doing world topics, cooking, different stuff. Won't be beef sector. I already cook. I showed y'all how to make a pot of beans the other day with some smoked turkey tails and some homemade cornbread. I did. So The cornbread came out good, by the way. The cornbread came out really good. And for those of you who missed the recipe, let me tell you what the recipe is. For those of you who missed it, 1.5 cups of cornmeal, 1.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 cup of buttermilk, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 sticks of butter, 1 squirt of honey, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. And I think that's just about it. I think I named everything. Anyway, the cornbread came out good. It was really nice and fluffy. So, oh no, yeah, so baking powder. It came out really well. So, yeah, I was trying to find out what time Uppity and Lovely was gonna be having their competition. So, Tracy, Uppity and Lovely are going to be cooking steaks today. I don't know what time. I was trying to get somebody to tell me the time, but I'm going to go over there and look and see if they're doing it now. But I want to thank Tracy, Tracy Cakes, and everybody else who are in the clouds. I see it's 9 people, 3 likes. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. And remember, don't take for granted that you will be here tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. Wasn't it the whiners that said, tomorrow, tomorrow is not promised. Tomorrow is not promised. Don't let this moment slip away. Listen to the words of the song. Don't let this moment slip away. If you have fallen out with anybody, it doesn't matter who it is. Don't squander the time that God has given you being vengeful. Time is a precious commodity. Time is the only thing that you cannot get back. If you lose your watch, you can buy another one. If your wig get raggedy, you can go buy another one. Whatever material item you lose, you can get another one. But time is a precious commodity. And when you lose time, you don't get it back. So when you spend years going back and forth with anybody, that's time wasted. It is. And some people don't want to admit it, but it is. Don't ever let anybody in this world keep you from making amends with somebody else. Because we all will have to give account to God one day, whether you believe in him or you don't. The Bible says it is appointed to men. It is appointed. That means you have an appointment if it's appointed. Right. You will, I will, have to answer to the Most High God one day. And you'll be without an excuse, as I will. You won't be able to tell God that the reason why you didn't make up with somebody is because somebody else said. Because God will say, well, you want me to forgive you, but you're not willing to forgive? God does not operate like that. Facts, he don't. He just doesn't. You can't be any person sitting in authority. You can't be any person sitting in authority and have a grudge against somebody. You can't be. The Bible says the natural man receiveth not the things of God. That's Bible. One day you could be well and everything could be okay. And then the next day, you might not be. You don't always get to, you know, I'll just stay mad at this person just because. Just because. Hmm. Sometimes I think about my sister. But the thing that really gets me about my sister is that for the time that was wasted, I'm not going to get it back. And those are facts. I'm not going to get back the time that was wasted. Well, Simone, I'll tell you what the beginning was. It's okay. I'll tell you what the beginning was. The beginning of it was part two of me saying that if you are angry with someone or they're angry with you, don't waste no whole lot of time. People take time for granted, for real. It's sometimes it's like somebody asks you to show up somewhere, and then they late, and then they be like, "Oh well, let me." If you ask me to come somewhere, and I catch the bus, and I ain't ashamed to tell you that I catch the bus either, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna try to be on time. Now, if the bus late, train late, those are circumstances beyond my ability. I don't drive the train and I don't drive the bus, but to the best of my ability, I'm going to be on time. But it seems like the people who's always driving, they show up late. I'm talking about when you, right, show up late. They come later than you come and you had to catch 2 or 3 buses. Time I'm talking about right now. It is a precious commodity that we take for granted. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season. To everything. Not some things. To everything. There is a season, a time, and a purpose under the heaven. If somebody would have told me that me and my sister would be right here, right now, I probably wouldn't. I'm not going to say I wouldn't have believed it. People always know. I just would have thought that we would have made amends. You can't make anybody forgive you. Let me say that real loud. You can't make people forgive you. If they choose to be hard-hearted, can't make nobody forgive you. Because they have to answer to God for their self. And if they choose not to forgive you, it doesn't really matter what you did, they did, back and forth, a lot of energy. It doesn't change anything. And oftentimes what people will do is they actually have excuses or validate or want to be validated for why they want to stay angry. When you really want to stay angry at somebody and you're a Christian, you really should put the Bible down. Because we don't serve a God that supports that theology. Or else he wouldn't have said if you have an ought against somebody to go straighten it out. And it says if you didn't get to straighten it out, then go take somebody. It says the third one is to go in front of the church. It says that in Matthew 18. But yet, until I come across the people with the hardest hearts who want to tell me about God. And I am so sick of people with the hardest hearts telling me about God or playing in my face about God too. Said it and I meant it. I am. Because if you're really God-fearing, you won't be hard-hearted. You won't not want to forgive somebody that you thought did you wrong or however it went. I'm kind of sick and tired of that. I am. I ain't going to lie about it. I love God. I do. I have served him. I have. But I have also been around people that are just the hardest of hard. How you want to tell people in the world about God when your heart is hard like a rock? I don't want to be around those type of people. Seriously. Or be around the type of people that when you tell them something is wrong, they get agitated. How can you get agitated with my life when the Bible says to bear you one another's burdens? Maybe I should just stay home and read this book called the Bible and not really try to be in anybody's church. Why? Because I just told y'all why. I ain't got nothing against church. I don't. Sometimes I go, sometimes I don't. I ain't got nothing against church. But sometimes church folk can be the meanest, the nastiest. And then they give reasons for it, for real. So that would mean that they try to justify their actions when there is none. Hey, Tracy World, when there is none, no real reason. I'll say it to y'all like this. If God ever gave me the chance to pastor a church, when I was younger, I had an idea for a church. That is true. And I'm going to explain to you all what happened with that. When I was 16, I preached my trial sermon. Now, this is in my autobiography. When I was 16, I preached my trial sermon. But I decided that I didn't want to be a minister of the gospel. But I had a son's father that was a reverend. Now, my son's father probably knew that I was talented, gifted, whatever. Never would give me my minister's license. Pay attention to what I'm telling y'all. Never would give me my minister's license or ordain me to become a minister. When I sat down and wrote the blueprint for a church, he didn't give me my minister's license. He opened up the church. Pay attention to what I'm telling y'all. Sometimes people will see that you're anointed, and rather than them giving you your papers and letting you go, they would rather not and try to hold you back and hold you down. And that's exactly what my son's father did. Instead of him giving me my papers, he didn't give me my papers. He tried to hold me back and hold me down. So what happened? He opened up the church that I wrote the blueprint for. The name of the church was True Worshipers Church. He changed the church to Fruits of the Righteous Ministries so that nobody would know. It didn't matter because inside of my book, it actually said True Worshipers Church founded by Catherine Sherelle Powell. An idea written in 1995. Granada opened up the church in either 2000 something. I'm not really sure because I think he became the pastor of another church. But in my autobiography, I don't really talk about True Worshipers Church, aka the Fruit of the Righteous of the fruit, whatever the name of the church was that he renamed it. I don't really talk about it. Never visited, one of them type things. I didn't. Right. I didn't have any beef with my son's father when he passed away. I just thought that he really thought that I should be beneath him. Imagine that. Me being beneath him. I ain't even gonna say the rest of that statement. Yeah. I was there at when he started over his church over in New Jersey. And here we are, 2026. The reason why I'm falling back a little bit is because I just kind of like sort of get tired of being around people who kind of don't accept me for who I am. When I say that, I meant that exactly like I meant that. They don't accept me for who I am and want me to be somebody different. I just told y'all who I am and am capable of being. All right, like, I could ride past an empty building right now. I could stand in front of it, and I could actually write out how I would like that building to be. As a matter of fact, I just did it the other day on the bus. Bus was steady going down the street, too. Everybody on the bus was laughing and talking. Now they thought I was listening to music. I was not listening to no music. I was blocking them out. Why was I blocking them out? I was blocking them out because I was thinking. I don't all the time listen to music to listen to it. It's to block out the other conversations and sounds so that I can tune in. Nonetheless, one of the reasons why I'm falling back a lot is because a lot of times when I go to church and I want to be who I am, I cannot be. Why? Because folks are, no, I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. Right. That it, to me is corny. See, I'm gonna tell you why it's corny. You could have 10 hairdressers that do hair. Excuse me, cosmetology. I didn't mean to say hairdresser. It's the reason why I'm differentiating right now. They do hair, but they're not hairdressers. They're cosmetologists. They go to school to get a cosmetology license. I used to work in a salon. It's the reason why I cleared that up real quick. They study out this book, and when they go to get their cosmetology license, most of them don't like being called no hairdresser. So excuse me to anybody that's a cosmetologist. I ain't mean to disrespect your title because I do know better. It just slipped out real quick. But you can have 10 cosmetologists that does hair. They ain't all got the same gift. Some of them is good with short hair. Some of them is good with long hair. Some of them is good with gray hair. Some of them is good with color. Right, I told y'all I used to work in a salon long time ago, but that's not the point. I'm just trying to paint you a picture to let you see something. Sometimes you can go in a room and sometimes when I go in a room, I don't just say nothing about who I am. I sat right in the back. Last time I was in church, I sat right in the back. I sat in church and this lady, two nieces, was trying to climb over me. When I say climb over me, I am saying that they came late and they were actually, listen, I sat on the end of the row for a reason so that when it's time for me to get up to go to the bathroom, I don't climb over people. One of them climbed over me and stepped on my foot. She sure did. So then when the next one was coming, listen, these were some old, I didn't know what they, sometimes you have to look at older people when they do ignorant stuff like that, and you can't really say anything. Why? Because you know that they should know better. Mm-hmm. They probably didn't even do it on purpose. I didn't say that they did it on purpose. I said they were late to church. I ain't say they did it on purpose because it wasn't no rah-rah. I just said they was late. Right, which was, okay. Where you at now? Where I'm at now? Pay attention to where I'm at. On the couch, looking at it on the screen. On the couch, looking at it on the screen. Facts. I didn't say I wasn't going back to church. It's just that sometimes people at church, their attitudes are nasty. And I'm not a nasty person, and I don't like dealing with nasty people. That's one of the reasons why when I go outside, I be trying to turn my earphones out and block out people. Yes, I do. So listen, yeah, I did. Now listen, I told y'all that I have really served God in church. That's not no lie. When I was at the church I grew up in, I started banquet serving at a very young age. Okay? I have always done banquet serving at the church. Seriously, I've taught at the church too, but I've done a lot of banquet serving. I started right over there at Berean. The lady that taught us how to banquet serve, she worked at the Adams Mark Hotel. So when I tell you I got properly trained, I did. So a lot of times when I go places and they be doing stuff and it be halfway twisted, I be ready to put my shoes on and run right back out the door. I don't want to argue with you, talk to you. No, I don't. When you don't, no, I don't. I'm just laying facts. If I'm at your church and you're trying to serve charges that have not been washed, just bring them to me and I'll wash them. I'm not saying what church I was at and they did that, but I'm just saying. So see, right, I done did all that in church. I ain't got a problem with washing dishes, sweeping the floor. I do that. I don't have to stand up and preach. I mean, I'm sure I could, but I don't mind sweeping the floor and stuff. One of the churches I was at, I was on a repast ministry, and I tried to be a good I can't say I was good, but I tried. I mean, I showed up sometimes. I helped them set some tables and stuff. I mean, they knew I was there. Let me say it real. Listen, they knew I was there. This is true, but they didn't know that I didn't feel well. But now, listen. I'm always going to have pain. I got arthritis in my back, but I still like to come to church to serve God. So now, when I go to church, sometime I'll just go somewhere, and if I know they doing something, one of these churches here in Philadelphia had this service every year, and I'll cook some fish and chicken and take it over there. I'm not no member of that church, but that pastor know me, and he know I'll come. Those are facts. So see, I don't have to be no member of no church. Why? Because folks sometimes they act funny. I don't like funny. I'm a straight up Leo. I'm tell you that. I don't like a funny acting folk. I stay away from you. You act funny. I run right away from you when I see you funny. Act funny. I'm talking about the man over there got that church, and he do this service every year. He asks his members to bring the same thing every year. Sometime I'll bring fish. Sometime I'll bring chicken. I'll take it right over there. I'll stay for the service too. But the point is, everybody have to bring something. So see, I just don't like folk that act funny. Now, them folk over there, they know I come once a year. They do. I don't all the time show up. I don't have a problem with being at church. I got a problem with folk that act funny at church and then say they know God. No, you see, God ain't bipolar. Now, see, you done made me say something I ain't. God not, he don't switch up. You switch up. You're allowed to do that. God don't switch up. One minute they want to, See, I told y'all, that's why I've been here lately watching it right on the screen. I ain't been getting up. Nope, sure enough, not having. Nope, because I was talking to somebody not too long ago, and before I could even get what I was going to say out my mouth, they, listen, listen, nobody's life is perfect. Nobody. Not even people that have money. Y'all see this girl just went there and accidentally left out of here. She ain't mean to leave out of here. It was probably an accident. But I'm just telling y'all that because sometimes when you're dealing with people, they always want you to have a perfect life. But the Bible that you read says, in this life, you will have trouble. Let me see, Job said, man that is born a woman is full of trouble in a few days. That's Bible. I ain't got it in front of me. Man that is born of woman. So I stay away from folk that always think, no. Listen, my health problems, believe it or not, my back don't get the best of me. People do. I'm not ashamed to say that. My back don't get the best of me. It don't. Arthritis don't bother me because my back has been messed up since I was 13. I'm used to it. What gets me is being around people how you, listen, you can't be never more upset about my situation than I am. You don't think I don't wear God ears out about my situation. Before I could open my mouth, God already said, here she come talk to me about that again. Listen to what I said. I'm going to say it real loud so y'all can hear it. I don't wear folk out about my stuff. I wear God out about it. And listen to what I said that God said. Why did I say that? The Bible says in Isaiah 55, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts and my ways than your ways. If I wear God out about it, he's not going to get upset. No, I ain't got too much time to talk to folk because they do what? Right. Mm-hmm. Hey, I spoke to Tracy, Will, and Simone. Yeah. See, listen, it's good. It's good. I like positive content. I must tell you all that. I like Prayed Up Mommy. I like the Cates. Listen, I love Melanie. The fact that somebody can have 10 children and be super organized like that. Listen, y'all might listen. That lady got 10 children, baby. And she organized like somebody that's been to school for that. She planned their trips. She playing there. What? Listen, she got the baby. She got the 2-year-old know how to go to the daggone wash machine, put the clothes, baby. Melanie, don't play no games. If you don't believe me, watch Raising the Kids. I'm super impressed with somebody that have 10 children and they got all them things in order. Know how to wash, cook, clean, run the listen, that's not no easy task to have 10 children. But then again, the way I look at Melanie is like this. If God allowed Melanie to have 10 children, then God knew that she could handle 10 children. And he knew that I could handle 2. See how that went? Melanie could handle 10 and I could handle 2. And I am super impressed with Melanie because when she be going on trips and doing things, she look like, baby, she look like a army soldier. I mean, an army sergeant. And they look like her soldiers, for real. And I'm not, she ain't no mean lady. If you don't believe me, go listen to Raising the Kids. And you will see how she gets up and she cooks their breakfast and she organizes her refrigerator, takes, when it's time to go shopping and stuff. Listen, whenever somebody is organized, everybody don't have that skill. They don't. When I see people that have that skill, they are special. And I always used to tell my former pastor that because I've sat under plenty of people that weren't. I mean, for real. And I ain't sit under them as members, but been around them. He was he was extraordinary. Now listen, I could be mad at him, but I can't lie on him. He was extraordinary. He is extraordinary. Him and I falling out don't change the fact that he's extraordinary. He is. Whether we had theological differences, that's neither here nor there. For real, for real. We just had some theological differences. I hope that one day we'll be able to put that aside. I hope one day, for real. But in the process, I'm not going to take that away from him. Because I've actually sat under some people that are not that organized because that's not everybody's gift. Some people need help with that. But he actually did not. I mean, I sat under him and I watched him do some things. I was like, dang, for real? When I say that, I'm going to explain it to you. Very calm and very mellow. When I say that, I mean, when you're a leader, you just can't fly off the handle and be mad. Like I just flew off the handle and was mad at. You can't. See, that's probably why God never allowed me to pastor a church. Because, see, you just can't. If I was pastor and I acted like that, been fired, put out, asked to leave, whatever. Right. Can't be hot-tempered and lead people. Hot-tempered and leading people do not go hand in hand. I'm speaking for me, about me right now. I'm not speaking on anybody else. Can't be that hot-tempered and lead people because you ain't really leading yourself. And if you can't control your anger, then that means as soon as you get angry, you fly off the handle. That's not going to work too well. See, right. So see, it's when I sat under my former pastor, one of the things he tried to tell me was, you need to go deeper. Get deeper, go deeper, grow deeper. Be bitter. I mean, be better, don't be bitter. He did. I ain't going to take that away from him. I mean, I heard a lot of the stuff that he said, whether he thinks I did or he didn't. That is true. I ain't going to take that from Pastor Waller. I'm not. And call his name and say that he told me that. Because just because I'm not in front of him, it does not mean that I don't remember the stuff that he said. If I never see him again. I don't know. I would like to, but I ain't going. If it's fine. I mean, like I said, I tried to make amends when I went there in May. I did, and it just didn't work out so well. Okay. I'm not mad about it. At all, I'm not. And I'm not holding a grudge about what happened in May and we're in August. I'm not. For real. Because I do believe that if God gives you another chance to do anything in life, it's to start over. It's to start over or do things over or right. It is. I do really believe that. So I was hoping that somebody would drop in the chat and tell me. Hold on, y'all. I'm watching the Eagles and the Patriots playing right now. The Eagles is about to win this game. I'm glad because last week, they ain't get blew out of Baltimore. I mean, blown out. They got blown back. I was embarrassed for them, and I don't even play football, and I was embarrassed for them last week going down there playing like that. But they played better this week, so I'm proud of them. You know. I was hoping somebody would drop in the chat and tell me what time Lovely Love and Uppity gonna be cooking these steaks and things. I wants to see how, you know, how this was gonna work, cause they was giving it a lot of press the other day, and I was listening. So I was hoping that they would come and somebody would drop in the chat to tell me. Tracy, do you know what time Lovely Love and Uppity is supposed to do this competition? Or are you aware? Wait a minute, hold on. Ouch. Mm. Well, nobody told me, but hold on, y'all. I'm getting ready to. It's about a little left than a minute 22 left in the fourth quarter, and I'm trying to see if the Eagles are going to win this game. Who's waiting? I'm trying to see who's suited up. I think their third string is playing, cause I just saw Saquon Barkley and look like Jalen Hurts on the sideline. So I know they don't play their first string in the preseason. I do know that. So I'm trying to see who going is they gonna win this game. I hope so, cause I was embarrassed last week. Jay. I mean, 2 or 3 points, okay, but y'all got knocked all the way back to Philadelphia with that one. All right, let me see. Wait a minute, what was that? Hold on. All right, I got the TV on mute because uh, I ain't trying to get no copyright strike watching no game. So the TV is on mute, but I am watching. That's why I ain't really saying too much, cause the game is almost over. So I was checking around to see if who was going to do the competition. I know they was talking about it. I know Lovely Love and Uppity was gonna cook some steaks. And, I told y'all when I eat steak, if my steak is not well done, I'm never eating it. So I've pretty much will not buy steaks out at all. I don't care what restaurant at all. Because the very last time I had a steak and I told them to cook it well done and it wasn't, I'm not buying steak out no more because I don't want my steak to come with any type of pink in it. So I just don't do. And somebody here wanted me to go with them to it's a steakhouse here and the steaks are $100. I wouldn't go because I don't want you to cook the steak the way that you would like it. You might like it rare. I'll never eat a rare steak. That's never going to happen in this lifetime. I don't eat anything rare. I don't eat burgers rare. Nothing. If it ain't well done, I ain't eating it. And my steaks, when I make them well done, they be tender. So yeah, we ain't doing that. Oh no, you ain't. What? I'm getting ready to turn this off. Did that just happen for real? Oh, um, wait a minute. Oh man, I'm ready to turn the game. These people just scored a touchdown. with less than a minute to go. Oh man, see y'all embarrassed me. Y'all get embarrassed every time. The Patriots just scored a touchdown with less than a minute to go on the Eagles. I just really can't believe that this just happened. Hmm. I knew this was too good to be true. The score is 23-21. Who was that just let that happen? I couldn't even see the name that was on his back, but I saw Jalen Hurts standing on the sideline frowning, though. The score is 24-21. Wait a minute, who was that? These folks. Another disappointment. Look like they ready to lose another game. Mm. So I am going to do for y'all, probably this week, I'm going to be telling y'all about my journey as it pertains to I'm going to really educate y'all about the lymphatic system. I'm going to explain to you the role that the lymphatic system plays in your body so that you can understand what will happen when it doesn't function properly as it pertains to lymphedema, lipedema, and how those work. I'm going to explain to you the differences between the three. I've told y'all some about my journey with lymphedema. And the thing is I really have to get I know about lymphedema because I have it. So like in the market, I could tell y'all, I'm going to actually take pictures of the stuff that says uncured, like uncured bacon, uncured hot dogs are things that I can eat. And I just not too long ago ate some because they were uncured. So things like um let me see. I don't eat lunch meat at all. I've told y'all that. I told y'all that I don't eat lunch meat because of the fact lunch meat has the nitrates in it. So I don't eat lunch meat. So earlier I had to eat something that I didn't want because I cooked it and it was probably gonna go in the trash. But on a normal everyday basis, any meats that's processed, I do not indulge. So no, what do you call those? What do you call that? Liverwurst, liverwish, whatever it is. I don't eat that. It's lots, but I eat a lot of chicken, and I do mean a lot. A lot of chicken. I do eat fish. I do eat beef. I do eat pork. Um, but I I'm gonna actually go over the list with y'all, and I'm gonna really share some information with y'all about lymphedema, the lymphatic system, the foods that are good for it, the foods that are not. I know them off the top of my head, but I'm actually going to get the printed paper. I actually have, and I'm going to share it with you. I have to really look for it because I haven't needed it for a while. I don't have it, so I have to go look for it and find out where did I put it because it's been a while. I got diagnosed with lymphedema in 2021. So for the last 5 years, I've just been basically following uh, what the doctor has says, trying to stay on track. Y'all, I'm preoccupied with the game. Wait a minute, it's 47 seconds left, and the Eagles are down. If they do not make this touchdown, they are going to lose this game with 41 seconds left. Hold on, y'all, hold on. I mean, I'm gonna try to hold out some hope, but I don't know. I don't really know. Mm. So, um, it is after 10. So I am going to I'm gonna if I cannot promise y'all that I'm going to come on tomorrow, but what I'm going to tell y'all is, yeah, I'm not gonna promise y'all that I'm going to come on tomorrow. Um yeah, I'm not. I've listened. Here's the whole thing. Let me say this. If no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna just say it like this. I am going to um tomorrow I may not come on because I'm still writing in my book. And so what has happened is I'm about to close out my book. Chapter 14 was about my weight loss. And I mean, not chapter 14. I'm sorry, I keep saying that. It's not chapter 14. It's chapter 20 something, actually. So I'm almost at really the end of my book. The last book, chapters are going to be about my sons, um, about raising children that were sick and all that. That's going to be the last chapter in my book. So I'm almost there. And I'm not, now listen, I ain't staying home from church to write in my book. Of course not. I'm chilling because I am supposed to be chilling. And technically I said it the exact way it's supposed to be said. Chilling. I'm supposed to be chilling out, that is. So that's the reason for me. Yeah, the Eagles lost this game. Unbelievable. By 3 points. Wait a minute. Let me turn the TV because I just can't believe they just did that. Another loss. Gee whiz. Oh, anyway. So, like I was getting ready to say, um, I am going to, ch- um, I am going to press to finish my book before the month is over. And tomorrow doesn't have anything to do with that, though. It really doesn't. It doesn't have anything to do with that. So what I'm going to do for y'all is I'm going to try to come Monday or Tuesday. I'm not sure yet. Um, Here's the whole thing. If any of y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, please subscribe to Twitch. Please subscribe to Twitch because I might go live on Twitch. So I would like for y'all to go live, for y'all to subscribe so that if I go live, y'all can be over there. So I'm gonna try with the Instagram and the TikTok. But it's 10:14 and I've been here 73 minutes. So I just want to thank everybody for coming. If you would like to tip the host, which is me, my cash app is $ Catherine Powell 6803. If you don't want to tip the host, God bless you anyway. So I want you all to have a good Saturday. And for those of you all who attend the church tomorrow, have a good Sunday as well. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks to my mods. I'll see y'all around. Bye.